It is good news to the people of Busoga as they were in the preparations of getting a new diocese. Today they received the good news of the first bishop of East Busoga Diocese, which will have its headquarters in Bujiri district. We want to congratulate Reverend Canon Paul Hannington Subi upon being elected as the first bishop of East Busoga Diocese. And we pray that all the processes and the preparations go through very well, so that on the 19th of November, it is duly inaugurated and he will be consecrated as the bishop. We want to congratulate you. We want to congratulate the people of Bujiri and the people of Busoga at large upon this success. We want to thank God for this day. It is indeed a day of good tidings. Yeah, I believe you are fine. The fact that you are watching us, you are listening in. Yeah, we want to thank God for you. This is the Family Hour with me, Edrine, Osteen, Mukalazi, and this is our Wednesday edition, where we discuss family finances, and it is very, very important. Of course, some of you who regularly visit the various banks you are attached to, you should have realized that there is something unusual happening this week. Of course, every bank has decorated the place with balloons. Of course, someone was saying, but who told the banks that they should use, they should decorate with balloons? At least the money they used to buy balloons should be given back to our accounts as token of appreciating the customers. But that is a talk of another day. Of course, we want to let you know that they do that because this is a customer satisfaction week. And that the bank, which shares the building with us, has actually put in some offers. They give people cakes and what, people are really enjoying.
Today I was in office and a certain service provider came with a huge cake, then a cup for drinking tea. They also brought me 2 umbrellas. I think they know I'm a sarongo, one for my wife, another one for me. And they were surprising me. I had read, customer service week, but I hadn't expected, anything to happen. I was actually preparing for board of trustees, the House of Bishops, and they excited me that out of nowhere, somebody thinks about you.
Sure.
And then implements, comes, gives you a cake. Now, the cost of the cake may be 50, 60.
Yes.
But the cost of that act will make me their customer.
True.
Of course, I don't normally say brands here, but I can assure you Octagon, those are brokers, and then Britam as an insurance company. I'm now encouraging them to advertise on our TV.
Surely.
I can assure you they shocked me. There is a cake in office. I couldn't, of course, cut it because it is for all staff. But the feeling is that if you have a customer, please maintain that customer. It is better to be progressive than regressive. And so this customer, week, plus even months that are coming, we are going to talk about how can I retain that customer.
True.
Because now, my thoughts, when you talk about insurance, I know where to go. When you talk about brokerage, I know where to go. When you talk about food, I know where to go. There is a supermarket that is in Ntinda. I can assure you, I drive sometimes from Wakiso. Even my children, we drive to that supermarket.
Okay.
And the reason is clear, that when you are there, you are appreciated, they take you as a king. And so we are going
last time you told us about a supermarket which you no longer go to.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it is near home. I stay in Wakiso. From Nansana, you can imagine, driving about 17 kilometers. And I have jumped, including that one. For that one, not even looking there, you no longer look there. And that's the challenge of failure to maintain what? Customers. And of course, as a company, church commissioners, we try to maintain customers.
True.
Namirembe Guest House, you come once, we maintain you. Uganda Bookshop, we are even in promotion now. That when you come with this, we do this. Centenary Publishing, we publish like in booklets, Uganda Youth Praise. We have books like the Come and Worship,
Yes, come and
for schools. And I can assure you, okay, like prayer books.
Yes.
Everybody in Uganda knows where to go.
True.
Reason is, when you now turn that prayer book, there are no bent what. And when you get one which is bad, and you bring, we shall give you a better one at no cost at all. Sometimes we even reach out and say, where are you? Let's bring you what? At a slightly higher cost, but still
Retaining
you
the customer.
can't measure how important it is to retain a customer.
Okay.
So I'm excited. Church of Uganda Family TV. I even invite you more customers.
True.
Those who watch us, please advertise. We have very good, skills in terms of advertising. But more importantly, church people will watch you.
Yes.
And you will know about church also. And I can assure you, Church of Uganda is about 13 million Ugandans. And I know this TV, of course, there is a challenge. We will need to reach out to everybody.
Yes.
But I can assure you, those who watch adverts here will buy from you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
We are looking at the customer service best practices, and that was really a very warm introduction for our topic.
Yes.
So someone would wonder, what are they talking about today? We are talking about customer service best practices, because it is important that that customer you've gotten is retained.
Yes.
Like you told us last time that some businesses survive on referrals.
Pure referrals.
So if you don't retain this one, you might
If you lose this one, you lose 10 more.
Exactly.
Because we call it network marketing. That I will refer this one.
Yes.
Or I will say, never buy 1, 2, 3.
Exactly.
Bas.
Exactly.
And the other one will tell another one, will tell another one. And that's how product fail. That you see, it was a good petrol station and slowly. But then there are petrol stations, no adverts, but we fight. You even find a line of vehicles. And in the neighborhood, another one has 0. Reason is,
You've actually reminded me of a certain newspaper company some time back published a story about some traditional leader, and then the prime minister ordered all the people of that tribe not to buy that particular, and they didn't.
And the moment
Until
you do
when
that,
they went
that's
and
why
apologized.
Today I even tweeted a certain newspaper.
Yes.
You are saying
that
this,
published wrong
but
information.
this is not true.
Yes.
And you don't know what you are doing.
Exactly.
What you are doing, yes, you can say that day.
Yes.
It is a headline, what and what. But the next day, even when I'm buying with doubt. Now,
And
the
not
moment,
only you, actually, very many people who feel offended by just that headline.
Just that. I can even say it because it was a headline.
Yes.
That you see the province security forces have what?
Security
Beefed
has
up.
been beefed at the
And I was
officers.
in the morning, I was what? I was there. I was angry. Why? Because there were the usual. I mean, for us, we don't need security. That's number one. But there were 3. 2 police ladies and 1 policeman. And what were they doing? Seated in a vehicle, chewing what? But
so that is the security that was beefed at the provincial officers.
So I mentioned on my Twitter that possibly that company knows angels, angels can come and surround. They are not visible, but visible security is 0. And why do we need security anyway? Our work, we don't need what? So sometimes, yes, it could be an editorial problem, but it isn't that you have to sell your product through lies, through what? No.
And exaggeration.
Because eventually, you will lose that one customer. True. And they are very, very important, as we shall see.
True.
Yeah.
Very many of us actually felt a little biased by this company.
Yes, and I rang one of the editors.
Okay.
Telling him, no. You don't have to open this battle. It is not necessary.
Yes.
If it was the truth, yes. But
the violence wasn't necessary because it was somehow inciting violence.
Exactly.
Which
and
doesn't exist.
As if our operation is a special ask is dependent on somebody's whims that we fear bullets. No, actually, even the bullets, let them come, and we can't invite them because we have a God who is big. But the issue is, why should another headline attract me? You get it? And the moment you put in a customer doubt, I can assure you that's bad enough.
True.
We have church house here. We try to do lifts well,
Yes.
so that when you enter, there is some feeling that, yes, I'm in a what? An exciting environment. But the moment you begin putting small doubts, then that person, because you see, customers survive on what they call perception. That what I perceive you to be, then you are. And I will totally believe that you are this until when I prove otherwise. That's why some newspapers, which were sensational, do you see them?
No.
Some exciting products come, they bang. It is a bang, and everybody thinks what? The moment you lose customer value system, people will go and they will not come back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is very, very interesting. Actually, talking about some of these things, you said good enough, you rang one of the editors.
Yes.
Now, that is expressing your complaint as a customer. Let us look at the customer complaint handling and crisis management in a business.
Very interesting, because I wrote about complaint handling systems.
Yes.
I actually have a book I will share with you, how to handle complaints. Of course, it was in the perspective of NGOs and corruption agents. But generally, a customer is a customer. A customer is somebody who uses your product or your services. And the purpose of your existence is for that customer to use it. And when you are evaluating yourself to say, wow, I am satisfied, it is because many customers are using that service. By the way, even if you are not making a lot of profit, there are people who have food, who have drinks, and when you take it, you feel nice. And their satisfaction is not how much they have obtained, but that people are saying, wow, this is nice. So
they have trusted your brand.
So
and
for
product.
every brand, for every service, for every good, you need what they call a complaint handling system. And it has the following components. Please, if you are a service provider, if you're a business at home, if you're a business, in these supermarkets, please listen to this. Number one is complaint receipt. That a customer knows that if I buy this good and I find that this product has an expiry date, I'm able to come back and go to this place. And at the receipt, note that there are about three things. Number one, it can be oral, that I can be able to talk. This product is not good. It can be in writing. So they are what they call suggestion boxes around where you can say, no, you write. Then they also what they call electronic. Electronic is digital today. That when you send through this phone, the code is this. When I type the customer service, I am able to type a mail and send it. And there is what they call a time-bound response, especially for electronic. They respond that you have received, and you will be able to receive from us 1, 2, 3 within these days. So the first section is receipt, how I receive a complaint. And most customers, if they can talk, please reduce it to writing. In other words, have evidence that somebody walked in this office at this time and complained about 1, 2, 3. For banks, for service provided that like water, like electricity, they even say, as they talk to you, that this may be recorded. Meaning they are really recording. It isn't that it may be recorded. They're only warning you that when you speak, because you see, theirs is not simply receipt. No, they want to see how many complaints of this nature have I received this month, and it develops how they respond. So the first is receipt. The second one is the referral system. Now after receipt, I have now complained, you need to know this complaint, where will it go?
Yes.
Is it to the technical section? Is it financial? Is it the economic section? So that the one receiving it will not now begin saying, and some of them do it when you are even seeing, that, over where do I send it? And you know, over is not in English. Meaning they are not sure where this type of complaint should go. The referral mechanism should be clear. If it is this type of complaint, refer to this. If it is this, production. If it is this, ensure that the marketing department is aware. So that's number 2, the referral mechanism. And sometimes actually, a good referral mechanism, if I'm just an agent, I can refer you directly, quickly, to the one who supplied me. You remain there. Hello, hello. Did you know that you gave us an expired good? You are actually referring a complaint to the manufacturer.
Yes.
So that they begin knowing that in the market there is a challenge. And when you refer, somehow responsibility shifts from the company to the one who, and when I'm angry, I will be against the other one. But I won't be against this supermarket.
Yes.
Why? Because for them, they are agents.
Yes.
So that's a referral mechanism. Number 3, we call it redress. So you've referred. But you see, I bought the wrong thing from you. So ensure that you address my concern. If it is, for example, 10 kilos of rice, you can say, put this here, let's go and choose any other type of rice. And sometimes at a higher what? Price. Because, if you let them take, because you are trying to squeaky talk that customer. So, and that is called redress. Another type of redress is, this is terrible. This shouldn't have happened. And therefore, you purchased at 20,000, you have a voucher of 30. I can assure you, if they did that to you as a redress mechanism, you'll keep going there and praying that something wrong will happen so that you get more things. Why? Because their redress mechanism is not simply, go away, we shall handle. It is, this should never happen again. Then after redress, we have what they call reaction. Reaction means, what is the customer saying? And it is interesting that many people do not ask customers after. You say, I have made a redress. Please go away. You have, no. Please ask, how have you reacted towards this? How can we improve? Meaning, you're actually telling this customer that we are better. We may have had a challenge, but we even know your feelings. And you see, some people really have feelings and they promote them. They have issues with everything. This bread is about to expire, yet it was manufactured that day. How do you allow that customer to react, express their what, but then allow them some level of sanity to tell them that, look here, we can be able to address you. And really, again, in Uganda and East African countries and West Africa, the level of customer care is not as good. Because you react, I also react. You want to fight, I say, okay, you come and what? You come and fight.
That but even in places, the people gazetted to handle customer care. Don't really do what we think is customer care.
Exactly.
You find someone on their phone, you inquire from them, and then they respond to you as if they really don't want to respond.
Don't you know how to read? You see, can't you wait? There is a line, then you reach, then the other one has gone, and then they go first of all to check either phone or they are in their drawers. And you are feeling that this person is not attending to you at all. And I normally stand, continue standing, then when they do, and what I normally call it time. I normally measure the time I spend when they are doing that. That's to check if you're a client, what is this time that you can spend in a what? In a line. Banks. Some have even provided seats. The purpose of those seats is to do what? I have put my money in your bank. I do not want to sit for 20 minutes. No. Allow me. There is when a certain bank I sat in, then I went to the wrong teller. Then they told me, please go. Again, it is a reason why many people lose what? Why? Because they are not checking on customer reaction. Customer reaction is also face, we call it, you read the face. Frowning, blinking very many times, anger. You know, some of us really, when we are happy, we are happy. When you are angry, you should know. And a proper person who knows reactions will even say, excuse me, sir, I am sorry, I was attending to this. And by the way, that's better than allowing. But you know there is a challenge with what they call, we shall come to it, frontline officers. They do not represent the value system of the company which they are talking about. So that's why they don't really care. They lose the customer, it is the company losing, not you. Not you. So the final thing on complaint mechanism. So you have received, you have referred, you have a redress mechanism, then you allow customers to react and try to sweeten talk them about reactions. Finally, it's recommendations. Now, it is one thing to receive one complaint, 2 complaints, 3 complaints, but it's another thing to recommend changes. That 10 customers have complained about this. So, you remove that product from your market. 10 customers have said that our eggs are small. And we have told them that these chickens are still young. That's okay. If they no longer want to buy, we can reduce the price. But we need to recommend either changes in feeds, changes in water, changes. So that you I do not come and find the same problem again. I normally again tell people whom I'm a customers to, I complained the other time about this tea. Now I come back, you have given the same tea. In fact, you have even made it worse. The third time, I will not come. Why? Because I do not expect anything better from this. So recommendations are changes you make so that when a customer who had an offense with you comes back and says, there is an improvement. Cleanliness, health, you know this, again, this church house will have tremendously improved. Yes, lifts, true. You go there now and begin nodding. Toilets, I mean, near perfect. The systems within. So it is a way of helping you to improve, to meet the needs of your primary customer. Now, there are 2 types of customers. One is primary, another one is secondary. Primary is the one who will come again and come again. Secondary are passers-by. You know when you hear All Saints Cathedral, the reason is All Saints because they are passing. They are passing all over the world. They come, all saints. Go what? That's All Saints. Even chaplaincies are like that. That you see, you have a student who will come to your church a maximum of 3 years. They are in transition. That's okay. You also need to know how to handle those. But those are called secondary customers. Why? Because primarily they can go anywhere else and get similar satisfaction. So your target must be to your primary customers. That I must make this person so comfortable when they come that actually, even if they are the only ones who come, my business will survive. So in church house, in Amirembe guest house, Centenary Publishing, and we have primary customers. Even in terms of delivery, in terms of if they complain, how we address them. It is different from secondary customers. Because secondary customers, we have also a category where they will come to just check whether you are better than the other one. And let me tell you, when you come looking for a problem, you will find it. True. So in a way, ensure that recommendations are followed through. So that when somebody comes back, they will see that there is a big difference between what was happening and now currently what is happening.
Well, you talked about church house improving on some of the services, and one of them is actually security.
Yes.
So each time someone is coming in, they're required to have an ID. Yeah. So people used to complain days back, but then they appreciate. They say, "By the way, this is a very serious building," because they have to know who has entered.
Exactly. So
they take record of who has entered, so that in case of anything, they know.
Then we know, and we call it. So there are like 3 approaches, and I wrote about it, I think recently in the Monitor. 3 approaches to solving any problem. One is preventive, that by me asking you ID and checking your bag, I'm preventing. I mean, I'm preventing that whoever enters and accesses this house is authorized.
Yes.
You write where you are going, whom you are going to see, whether you're a worker, whether you have an ID.
Yes.
That's preventive. Then we have what they call responsive. Responsive is that you are responding to the problem. Things are already bad. Okay, how do we respond? And normally responsive is like post-mortem. Things have already happened, things are already bad. You are simply addressing a bad problem. But it's better. They say prevention is better than cure. Then the last one is combative. That things are already bad. So let's see how to sort it out. So customers are already complaining. Let's see how to meet whoever comes. And I can assure you, by the time we reach that level, the business is already gone.
So we shouldn't actually reach that level. But also the other thing, I see they are reminding someone to be responsible enough to walk with an identity card. How do you just walk like that without anything that talks about you? What if you okay, God forbid, but what if you're involved in an accident?
Yes.
How will people trace for your whereabouts?
Oh, what if you steal somebody's what? Somebody's bag. So the purpose is really normally preventive.
Yes.
Lift whatever. You must be addressing things so that you look better. And you are preventing any accident, you are preventing losses, you are preventing a customer from complaining. Again, and you know they are experts in complaining. And they begin. They keep adding. They keep adding. Even you who is a primary customer, you are convinced that by the way, this bank or whatever is terrible. So the best thing normally is ensure that you prevent losing your customer. Primarily. Ensure that you are adding on customers rather than losing any. And you know, very many banks, and actually some of them, some of my friends are working with Equity, of course with due respect to others, they normally come, knock to me, you, and almost force you to open a what? To open an account. And for me again, that's okay. They are promoting their brand, and that's really, really fine. And I encourage many businesses, if we actually have that culture in Kenya, compared it to Uganda and Tanzania, when you are in Kenya, that's when you know customer service. Even when I was with our children going to Nairobi, we normally drive. So we were driving, we reached Naivasha, entered the toilet. There was a man cleaning and dancing. And okay, I had to check, am I in a washroom or I'm somewhere in a disco hall? The guy was what? And my children, interestingly, of course we tipped him, they had to go back to Susu without Susu. To just check whether he's still dancing. And I was like, this guy has some level of satisfaction that is not in men. And generally Kenyan is therefore really beat us in what? In customer care and therefore service industry. Hotels, you have these MTN and what and Airtel, you'll find many. They can easily convive. But a Ugandan who, you know, there is what they call getting up from a wrong side of the bed.
Let us take a short commercial break. When we return, we are going to start from there. Customer service based practices. We are discussing this. Now you, as a business owner, irrespective of how big the business is, all businesses are businesses. The fact that you are not the only consumer of what you sell, the fact that you open up your shop in the morning or you open up that workspace in the morning, it means you're waiting for someone. When this person comes, how do you retain them? How do you motivate them to come back and have you as a priority tomorrow, the other day, and and even refer others? Reverend, before the break, we had actually looked at the how to manage the customer complaints, how to handle them. Let us now look at the customer retention strategies. Yes, I have my business, I have my customers. What do I do to retain them? I remember when we were young, there were shops which you would go to. So they send you to that shop and then they give you a sweet.
Yes.
As a young boy, they give you a sweet. Now, the following day, even when they send you to a different shop, you go to that one where they give you a sweet.
Yes. Really, basically, when we were studying, and this is to all of you, there were 4 P's of marketing. 4 P's. And it is like what they used to teach us. One was price. Price. That if you have a customer, ensure that the price is within the limits. Don't be so cheap, but also don't be so expensive. You are within the limits. And there is what they call price discrimination. That I can give this one at this one because they are regular, and this other one at slightly higher because they are not. In other words, you know the price you are offering. The second one is the place. Where are you? Now this comes to the sweets.
Yes.
That when I go to the other shop, I will find a person smiling. Oh, are you studying? What and what? Let me tell you, you'll find that shop very advanced in terms of bringing more people, and another shop with somebody who ever is saying that people hate me. In our family, nobody trades. Okay, the replica of Lamentations. That one will chase away what? People say the place must be strategic. But I want also to say this, that there are certain places that they are hidden, but still people will go.
Yes.
So normally ask yourself, why a person will drive? Again, for example, St. Cathedral, which I know, I am a pastor at Ebenezer Chapel, Tinda route goer. Yes. But you'll find people crossing from Mutungo to that chapel. So the question is the place. What is it that you are doing around the place that people are attracted to it? Is it cleanliness? If it is a hotel industry, that one is top. Cleanliness. Then, and I haven't gone to the product. So you have the price, you have also the place. That this place, when I'm there, I feel good. When I'm there, there is some level of air, yet the air is all around, shared. Yeah. So the place is very, very important. And some places are strategically located, that it is along the route, and the people tend to be tired when they're in a bus. So this place will be a good place for washrooms, so clean washrooms. And therefore, they come out of the washroom. There's a small supermarket. Yes. There's also somewhere you can sell coffee. So that's the place. Number 3, the product. What are you selling? Customers are never attracted to you simply because of the price and the price, but the type of product. What are you selling? And one of the things that people look for is a product that will satisfy their needs. Okay, I have gone, I am thirsty. So this drink must quench my thirst. I am hungry, and I have desired to take this type of coffee. And so in Namirembe we have now a coffee shop called Keija. That when I go, I can even drive from Ntinda specifically because this product is good. Of course, now I take on the Ugandan coffee. Boo boo. Build Uganda, buy Uganda. But plus also, I like Ugandan coffee. Yeah. Now, it was interesting. I went out. I used to take coffee from elsewhere. Then I went out. They were looking for Uganda what? Coffee. In fact, one lady rang me from outside at an expensive. Hey, Jasper, as you travel, please go to this place, buy me this coffee. So I flew with that coffee to Arusha, Tanzania. Then I was driving a Muzungu to Entebbe airport. His bags, he was going to Sweden. His bags were full of coffee. So I began saying that Ugandan coffee is different. So I began now saying,
appreciating it.
Buy Uganda, build
Uganda.
Uganda. And that's really the best practice. Yes. That you have a product, it can't be matched.
True.
There are so many hotels. People go there. And the other day I was saying, looking how many vehicles there, how many people are entering, what is the price? 37,500 lunch in a certain place. And I was like, what attracts these people here? A product. And for them, they have branded their product, and it is clear. When you are here, you'll get 1, 2, 3. The final one is promotion. So you have the price, you have the price, you know the product, but how do you promote it? And this comes to advertising, really. I encourage you, please advertise on Church of Uganda Family TV. The lowest prices, plus also, like Jasper watches regularly this TV. I mean.
And very many others.
Yes, and like very many others. I was with bishops today. They are saying, thank you, Church of Uganda TV. I mean, they watch it. And of course, it hits even higher on Sundays. Yes. But when we are watching and there is an advert, what happens? You are promoting it. Every brand must be promoted. To the extent that even when there is a problem, they begin saying, this is just a small sample. There can't be a problem with this brand. Yes. And so if you are like a consultant, like me, if you are in agriculture, if you are in TV production, please promote your brand. That when you give Jasper this work, he'll be able to do it within this time, full stop. And the brand will therefore sell me more than again my education. Sure. The brand will sell you. If you promote your brand, it will sell you more than your money. And that's why all companies must invest in advertisement. You must invest in brand promotion. And even how you package. Yeah. There is, when you say a package, okay, things within are good, but it's packaged in banana leaves. Okay, somehow that's not promotion. You are not promoting that brand. So package yourself to the extent that people will look out for you or begin comparing that this is not as good as Church of Uganda Family TV. This is not as good as this church. Yes. Praise and worship here. So that brand now is promoted beyond other 5 brands. Now, in customer satisfaction as a fair, we shall go to it. Yes. You need to be among the top 5 for you to be a good brand. Let me repeat. For you to be a good brand, you must be, even in Google, when they Google, you book sellers in Uganda. If you are not finding yourself among the top 5, no, you have a problem. You must begin rebranding and then promoting yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Very, very important. You know, when you talked about the place, you reminded me of somewhere. I met a friend of recent, and then he was like, "Oh, let us have a 10-minute talk." I was like, okay, fine. So we sat somewhere. Now the waiter brought a menu, and it took 30 minutes to come back to take our orders.
Yes, and you had 10 minutes.
I had only 10 minutes. So you see really how some places can play around with businesses. But let us now look at how to measure customer satisfaction, because you have actually introduced it somehow, and you said if you're not in the first 5. Yes. Now I look at 1,000 companies all struggling to be in the first 5. Now that means you have to improve. You have to make sure that you retain that.
Yeah. So
if you're number 5, you have to fight for number 4.
Yes, and then up to 1. So that when they are mentioning, you are the brand. Again, of course, with all due respect to other brands, but when you ask for a petrol station, Shero,
Total.
you ask for Shero Total.
Someone will even tell you, I'm at Shell of
Total.
of
of Eso.
of this,
where
of,
you
of
get
gas,
it.
of what?
Why? Because they promoted their brand. Kiwi, shoe polish. Okay.
Yes.
Again, with all due respect to shoe polishers, and I'm encouraging you again to advertise with us so that we now promote you up to Kiwi level. So you will say, I want the Kiwi of that one.
Yes.
Makerere became a brand as a
True.
university.
True.
And of course, you know, UCS has now regained the
Yes.
brand.
Yes.
It is among the top.
Yes.
Then we also have issues like Colgate, a brand. You get it. That you are asking for another toothpaste, but Colgate is the toothpaste of the toothpaste.
Yes.
Why? Because they created a brand. And again, we are rebranding our church so that when you mention Church of Uganda, there is no reform.
Yes.
Those ones really, they even try to dress like us, look like us,
But they are
in
not.
order for them to be appreciated. So that's what we are
received
doing.
by society.
So, and then I also want to brand myself as a reverend,
Yes.
so that when you meet, there is that level of dignity,
Yes.
those expectations,
Yes.
that I'm not conning you, that when I'm giving you a product is true.
Yes.
When I'm talking to you, you know that this is a man of God. I'm putting that in quotes. So, so in terms of really branding, as you were saying,
Yes.
we must deliberately promote that brand to the extent that it is among the top, or even if it is not, then you do the following. Number 1, there is what they call customer service survey. Customer service survey. That, and many banks normally do it. They say, they call you, have you ever banked with us? If you wanted to bank, what are the top 5? All they are trying to check is whether you can mention the top 5 and whether they are among. If you are recommending a bank, which one was due? That's what they call customer service survey. And of course, these days, because of internet, it is so simple. I can design a small questionnaire to just ask, how are you satisfied with my product? Secondly, how many referrals? Now, this is more interesting because when a person comes, you ask them, where did you hear us from? You know, you normally, when you go to a hospital, they normally ask,
Yes.
where did you hear us from? Other companies, you visit them, and there is a small paper to fill.
Yes.
Did you hear us from the evening list, TV, radio, what and what? What they are now saying is that these people are referring, like mountain gorillas in Uganda. You know, they are only here in the whole world,
Yes.
Congo, Uganda, and Rwanda. And that's why it hurts me. Why? Because it is our brand. So, if a tourist comes, they will surely, as they talk about Uganda, refer as many as possible. So you need systems in place to protect that referral.
Actually, talking about that, there is a group of Nigerians that came here of recent. They had come here for a different purpose. They were on some campaign. So I think somehow they felt Uganda is so beautiful, we should visit some places. Now they land into the hands of a tour guide who convinced them that I'm going to take you to this and this and this and this and this. So they were all excited. And what the person did, they drove them to the equator and brought them back. So their money was over. So because we are going to receive them here at Church of Uganda Family TV, they shared with me the story. We went back. I went with them to this office.
The tour company.
Yes, the tour company. And the lady arrogantly said, No, me, I don't fear anything. I've seen a lot. I've been to Luzira 6 times.
Okay.
And, you know, and you're telling this to tourists.
I'm a fool. I don't fear being a fool.
Yes.
You get it. And
now,
that's
the kind of mind and someone who has come to explore the beauty of Uganda takes back home as they go was what was hurting me. I told her, do you even mind about the image these people are taking about Uganda?
For them.
She was like, you can't threaten me because of images and what. I've struggled to put this company where it is. So I was like, and that is how it will die.
Exactly.
And all your struggles will
and
end.
then again, those are the tragedies. Yes. That while we are trying to promote our brand, there are those ones who are bent at totally ruining it. And I mean, when I was writing that article to you, I was thinking that, you see, if you are very sensible and wise, you cannot allow your main cash crop, your main tourist attraction to be abused.
Exactly.
And with all due respect to people, if there are systems in place, we must protect them to promote. Yes. Because you see, you can have gorillas. And I can assure you, we have many habituated groups in Uganda more than in Rwanda.
Yes.
But again, and I fear even giving this as an example, check tourists going to Rwanda. Very many. I visited Rwanda, I did last year in Gafcon. I hadn't visited it for many years. I am shocked. People are not throwing what?
Polythene bags.
The borders stop to wait for a person to pass. Here they want to knock you, even when you are on
it is
side.
You to wait for the border even as a crossing point.
The total picture is demented by failure to attract more. That I refer you, but surely in Uganda, don't they are calling tours. Yes. That's terrible. So because referral is simply because you are unique. I refer somebody to Owen. I refer somebody to Jasper because of their uniqueness. Yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't refer. I was telling people that, you see, if a policy has no opposition, then it is not necessary. True. It is the normal.
True.
I cannot say I refer you to this place when there is somewhere near. So it is in totality that referrals keep growing, but we must build systems, hotels around. Then we must improve our transport systems. We must improve our visa application system so that this referral is not killed by now other systems. The other way is to give cheats after to customers on their way out. Please evaluate us. But you see, many people fear evaluation because they think it is criticism. You know, but evaluation is allowing some people to say this is very good, this is good, this is not good, and they can be able to say this is an area of improvement. For me, I normally use it during training, that you give people questionnaires to evaluate whatever you did, delivery methods, the content, was it good? What about the group works? Did it help you? So that eventually somebody is able to say, please improve on this.
Yes.
And the moment you tally generally and find that this is an area where everybody is saying, then you deal with it and improve. The other side is focus group discussions, where you periodically call all your customers and make them sit around and allow them to discuss about you. This is, of course, a bit costly because you must facilitate them being around, but it's very good because many of them will talk about you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But it is a way of attracting them to yourselves. But also many others, this is another side, they do what they call breakfast meetings. That you see this day, or dinners.
Yes.
We have a dinner for all our customers, annual dinner, and you all come. And now, when many people come, you begin saying, I think I'm attractive. But when you send out 100 cards and 10 people come, and two have given you a sorry, RSVP. Now begin wondering whether you should still remain in the market or not. Why? Because like, again, with all due respect to many others, like ATC invited me for end of year party last year. But something came in and I sent a message that I'm so sorry I couldn't attend. But I felt that they now deserve the what? The response because of also their customer care system. So in a way, ensure that you do all of that, keep asking. Then also become your own customer. What I mean, leave home, go to shop and see how, for example, your supermarket facilitates you without necessarily asking questions. You'll find, you'll enter, especially those who are not known. Again, we are dealing with people who don't normally come and show that they are owners. They will come with others and then go check whether that girl who is in the shelves is on her phone, or whether they say, hey, you are carrying bread in the hands. Let me put, you get it. The help toward the vehicle, etc. You yourself can know that I'm a disaster or I'm a very good person. So let me do what? Let me improve here. So that's a very good mechanism for people to begin what? Begin engaging you. And again, on that one, come when you are normal. The dress system, the what. Okay, don't put on airs or send somebody to go and check for you. And they will come and give you a very constructive feedback that shelf, you have a challenge. That product, the way I saw it, laid.
Yes.
And there are so many people with good products, but how they put them forward are a disaster. So ensure that you are getting all that feedback. Feedback, the purpose of feedback is to improve. Let me repeat. The purpose of every feedback from customers, from suppliers, is so that you become a better agent rather than a bitter agent. Yeah.
Okay. So lastly, as we draw closer to the conclusion, you talked about some front desk assistants who actually don't know their role. So what is the basic role of this front desk assistant, and how should they present themselves to customers?
Yeah, basically they are the face of an organization. When you enter, the one who is there represents the whole organization, from the sweeper to the MD. So ensure that when you are recruiting a front desk officer, you are recruiting somebody who is everything to your company, and they are able to answer questions which nobody can answer in your organization. I know one of the subsidiaries I have, somebody, I sent a customer and they said, we don't know. The officer whom I sent to, they told that person, we don't know you, so you ring the boss now. And when they rang me, that's when you begin thinking that if I was in here, I would now do domestic violence. But the four things when you are choosing a desk officer, number one is a practical one. Practical, meaning when a person comes, they practically help. That's number one, practical. That I'm able to smile, I'm able to say, oh, can I help you? I'm able to say, hey, no, the other one came first. Can I help, without offending the one who wanted to take over? Because there is offense also. Number two, knowledge of the organization and what you are supplying or what your service is. That they are able to even exaggerate about the service. Oh, we do this, we offer this, we offer this. Knowledge that from the tip of their head, they're able to tell, no, production will come at 2 p.m. and when you come at 2, it has come. And they are able to also know the many people who are in the organization, knowledge. Of course, next time we shall also go for what knowledge is. I mean,
Yes.
that knowledge. Is it simply books? No, but we are dealing with knowledge of the item that is on sale, knowledge of the people who are in the market, knowledge of the people who are in production, to the extent that they are holistic. Number 3, the skills. Skills to handle people. Now, of course, people who are normally in the machines, they can get the hammer and hammer machine, the machine won't talk. But we need skills, especially at the front desk office, to prepare somebody for what they're about to get. I can assure you, there are some hotels you go there, because of the way they treat you, you think food is nice.
Yes.
Yes. And even if food is a disaster, you pay heavily.
Yes.
That this place
And you even
has
go back
taken
the following
you,
day.
and you go back and you go. Why? Because there are skills, and so the skills are to maintain and retain. Maintain you when you're
retain
around,
you.
but also retain you as a customer. And again, there are so many places where you go. Yes, the service may not be as quick, but people have skills of showing you that they are trying to do something better, like hospitals.
Yes.
Again, I use hospitals because we call them patients, but I have never seen a patient who is patient. In fact, we should call them impatients. I mean, all you need is somebody to work on you quickly.
Yes.
So, but a doctor will be able to come, and because of their skills, they are able to maintain you and then retain you as a what? As a customer. Like I have a real doctor, a very doctor, man of God. I can assure you, you call him, he may delay, but when he comes, and he'll even tell you why he delayed. But when he comes, you will see he's maintaining you and able to therefore retain you, and you retain that relationship. The final one, very interesting, is attitude. This is the matter of the heart, the passion within a person. Now, the biggest challenge with customer care in Uganda is the attitude people have towards their company, toward the person coming in, and toward the whole world. So for me, you come here, even us, now, that's now a disaster. And I can assure you, attitude is everything. You can be practical, you can be knowledgeable, you can have skills, but if you don't have a proper mind, attitude to work for the better, customers will go. And by the way, people will know whether you have a proper attitude or not. Many people think that they won't know. No, I will come and know that this person doesn't deserve to be where they are. And many people again in Uganda, because of a bad attitude toward their salaries, they will bring trouble to their customers. That is as if you are the one who told the boss not to pay them well. Yeah, but a good person with the proper attitude will say, "Oh, welcome, what, take." Okay, cry later, but they are smiling with the customer.
Thank you so much, Reverend. This was really a hot one, and very, very important that we should really fight hard to to maintain those customers, to retain them so that each time they come back, you also feel joy. But think about a situation where each time you open, you see a new face, and when they go, they never come back. It is so absurd. So it is important that we pay attention to customer retainance. Thank you so much for watching. This has been our Wednesday edition of Family Hour. Tomorrow is a Thursday. We shall be talking about some of the newest disruptions in the world today and attaching